Alright, let's talk mortadella. This isn't just any deli meat we're discussing today. We're diving into the rich history and exquisite taste of a true Italian delicacy. This ain't your average deli meat. Mortadella is a culinary masterpiece that has been perfected over centuries. We're talking about a true Italian legend, hailing from the heart of Bologna. This city is not just famous for its beautiful architecture and vibrant culture, but also for being the birthplace of mortadella. Imagine a big, beautiful sausage bursting with flavor and speckled with little pearls of fat. That's mortadella for you. Each slice tells a story of tradition, craftsmanship, and passion for food. It's all about that unique blend of finely ground pork, spices, and those signature cubes of pork fat that just melt in your mouth. The process of making mortadella is an art form, requiring precision and care. Now I know what you're thinking. Making mortadella at home? That's chef-level stuff. But don't worry, we're here to guide you through every step of the way. But trust me, it's not as daunting as it sounds. With the right ingredients and a bit of patience, you can create this Italian classic in your own kitchen. With a bit of patience and these simple steps, we'll have you crafting your very own mortadella masterpiece in no time. And the best part? You get to enjoy the fruits of your labor, knowing you made it from scratch. Nothing beats the satisfaction of slicing into a mortadella you've made from scratch. It's pure culinary magic. The aroma, the texture, the taste, it's an experience like no other. So, are you ready to roll up your sleeves and get stuck in? This journey into the world of mortadella is not just about cooking, it's about embracing a piece of Italian heritage. Let's get this mortadella party started. Gather your ingredients, clear your workspace, and let's embark on this delicious adventure together. By the end, you'll not only have a delectable mortadella, but also a newfound appreciation for this Italian icon. Now, before we dive into the thick of it, let's round up our ingredients. Remember, quality ingredients equal top-notch mortadella, so don't be shy about heading to your local butcher and grabbing the good stuff. 2 kilograms of pork shoulder diced, 1 kilogram of pork fatback diced, 200 grams of ice water, 50 grams of salt, 15 grams of ground white pepper, 10 grams of ground coriander, 5 grams of ground nutmeg, 3 grams of curing salt number 1, very important for safety, and 50 grams of pistachios. Got everything? Brilliant. Let's move on to prepping our workspace. Listen up, folks. When it comes to handling raw meat, hygiene is non-negotiable. We're talking about your health here. So before we even think about touching that pork, let's give everything a good scrub. First, wash your hands thoroughly with hot soapy water. Then, give your work surface, knives, and any other equipment a good clean with hot soapy water too. Remember, we're aiming for spotless. Once everything's sparkling clean, we can finally get our hands on that beautiful pork. Now the fun really begins. This is where the magic happens, transforming simple ingredients into a culinary masterpiece. We're going to transform these chunks of pork into that signature mortadella texture. It's all about the right technique and a bit of patience. If you've got a meat grinder, fantastic. This tool will help us achieve that perfect fine grind. But don't fret if not. A food processor will work a treat too. It's all about making do with what you have in your kitchen. Just make sure to chill the meat and grinder parts well beforehand to prevent the fat from melting. This step is crucial for maintaining the right texture and consistency. Pulse the pork shoulder and fat back in batches until finely ground. Take your time with this step. It's better to go slow and steady. Remember, we want a smooth consistency, not mush. The texture should be fine and even without any large chunks. Now, gently mix in the ice water, salt, white pepper, coriander, nutmeg, and curing salt number 1. That's our safety net, folks. These spices will infuse the meat with that classic mortadella flavor. Once everything's well combined, it's time to introduce those vibrant green pistachios. They add not only a pop of color, but also a delightful crunch. Gently fold them in, being careful not to overmix. Overmixing can make the texture too dense and lose that light, airy feel. We want those pistachios to pop, not disappear. Each bite should have a bit of that nutty goodness. Feeling the mixture between your fingers is a good way to tell if it is properly mixed. It should feel cohesive but not sticky, with a uniform texture throughout. And there you have it. The perfect blend of meat, spices, and pistachios, ready to be transformed into delicious mortadella. The art of grinding and mixing is all about precision and care, ensuring every ingredient is perfectly balanced. Next, we'll be moving on to the curing and cooking process, but for now, take a moment to appreciate the work you've done. This is the foundation of a truly exceptional dish. Place the wrapped mixture in the refrigerator to let the flavors meld together. Patience is key here. The longer it sits, the better the flavors will develop. While we wait, it's a good time to clean up and prepare for the next steps. A tidy workspace makes for a more enjoyable cooking experience. Stay tuned for the next chapter, where we'll dive into the curing and cooking process, bringing our mortadella to life. Until then, happy cooking. Section 5. Stuffing and shaping your mortadella. Next up, we're going to stuff our mortadella mixture into casings. You can find natural hog casings online or at your local butcher. Soak them in warm water for about 30 minutes to soften them up before you begin. Now, if you've got a sausage stuffer, this is where it shines. But if not, don't worry. A piping bag fitted with a large round nozzle will do the trick. Just be patient and work in batches. Once your casings are filled, twist them into links about 10 to 12 inches long. Now admire your handiwork. You've officially transformed simple ingredients into beautiful mortadella sausages. Section 6. The cooking process, low and slow. This is where we delve into the art of slow cooking, a method that transforms simple ingredients into culinary masterpieces. Here comes the part that requires a bit of patience, but trust me, it's worth the wait. Slow cooking allows flavors to meld together, creating a depth and richness that fast cooking simply can't achieve. We're going to cook our mortadella low and slow to lock in all those incredible flavors. This method ensures that the sausages remain juicy and tender, absorbing all the seasonings and spices we've added. Preheat your oven to 150 degrees Celsius or 300 degrees Fahrenheit. This low temperature is key to breaking down the fats and proteins in the sausages without drying them out. Place the mortadella links in a roasting pan and pour in enough hot water to come halfway up the sides. The hot water creates a gentle, moist cooking environment which helps to evenly cook the sausages. Now pop them in the oven and let them work their magic for about 3 to 4 hours. This extended cooking time allows the flavors to fully develop and the sausages to become incredibly tender. You'll know they're ready when the internal temperature reaches 70 degrees Celsius or 158 degrees Fahrenheit. This ensures that the sausages are cooked through and safe to eat. Once cooked, carefully remove the mortadella from the oven and allow it to cool completely. Cooling is an essential step, as it helps the sausages firm up and makes them easier to slice. Now, resist the temptation to dig in just yet. Letting the sausages rest allows the juices to redistribute, ensuring every bite is as flavorful as possible. A little patience yields even more flavor. The result is a beautifully cooked mortadella, with a texture and taste that is simply unmatched. Enjoy the fruits of your labor and savor every bite of this slow-cooked delight. Section 7. A mortadella makeover, healthier twists. Now let's talk healthy swaps. Mortadella is undeniably delicious, but it can be a bit on the rich side. Fear not, health-conscious cooks. Here are a few simple swaps to lighten things up. Fat. You can trim some of the visible fat from the pork shoulder or even use ground turkey as a substitute for a leaner option. Salt. Dial down the salt by a tad. You can always adjust seasoning later. Bread. Swap out white bread for whole grain alternatives when making your mortadella sandwiches. Remember, small changes can make a big difference. You can enjoy this Italian classic while keeping things on the lighter side. Section 8. Building the perfect mortadella panino. The moment you've all been waiting for, slicing into that homemade mortadella. Use a sharp knife to cut thin, delicate slices. Now let's build a mortadella panino that would make any Italian nonna proud. Grab some crusty Italian bread lightly toasted. Layer on those beautiful slices of mortadella. Add a few slices of provolone cheese for a creamy touch. For a tangy kick, a spoonful of pickled peppers or giardiniera is a game changer, and there you have it, a taste of Italy in every single bite. Section 9. Stay connected, more culinary adventures await. So there you have it, mortadella mastery unlocked. Remember, making it at home is all about embracing the process and enjoying the journey. It's about creating something truly special with your own two hands. Don't forget to subscribe for more delicious recipes and cooking adventures. I'll be sharing more of my favorite dishes, tips, and tricks to help you conquer the kitchen. Happy cooking, everyone!